Okay, good morning, everyone. Good day. I would like to discuss first the last topic for the Light 111, which tackles about the information age. Basically, if we proceed with the information as we define information as a process data, we can now discuss the topics for the information age and through digital age and the new media age. So let's talk about first the information age. During the information age, it is the idea that access to and control of information. So meaning this is defining the characteristics of the current era in the human civilization. So in this era, the information age has been also called as the computer age and the digital age and the new media age. So here, we discuss some important matters like the American mathematician Claude E. Shannon, which is known for the father of information theory. So when we're talking about the information theory of communications, it tackles about the quantifications, storage, and communication of information. So this is what we call the approach of studies for data processing and also the measurement in the transmission of information. So we all know that communication is a process proposed by those work creators that establish the flow of the message between the sender and the receiver through a determined transmitter or channel. So the origin of the information age in 1948, at the age of 32, as the researcher of the Nokia Bell Laboratories, Shannon published a landmark paper proposing that information can be quantitatively encoded as a series of 1 and zeros. So meaning encoded from 1 and 0, we're talking about binary numbers here. So yung Bell Laboratories ay kilala ngayon bilang American Telecompanies. AT&T kung tawagin, no? Telecommunication Telecompany. So Shannon showed how all the information media from telephone signals to the radio waves, television could be transmitted without error using a single frame network. So this type from the information source to the sender, transmitter, then we have the media of the channel, meaning that's the particularly we're talking about the noise of it. Then we have receiver of the message, then the destination. So that would be the response of the feedback. So this information theory is a field of study that has been dedicated by Shannon during his term when he would like to propose an objective information theory, or we call it the OIT. So he proposed to represent the computing information into a large-scale complex, or yung tinatawag natin ngayong big data for the monograph. So the milestone for this would be stand by the 1970s when the development of the internet or interconnected network by the United States of Defense and the subsequent adoption of the personal computers as a decade later, the information or the digital revolution was underway. So during the 1970s, internet is there in terms of communication. So more technological changes that happen, such as yung development ng tinatawag natin mga fiber optic cables. We also have the faster microprocessors that accelerate the transmission and the processing of information. The triple W, yung World Wide Web, is na-invento rin. So this is one an information system that enables yung content sharings over the internet throughout the user-friendly ways. That means to appeal to user beyond IT specialist o yung mga tinatawa nating habilis, no? So triple W, ito yung nag-a-access sa atin for the mga public website or pages. na ma-access natin locally with our computer system throughout the internet. So, there are also initially companies as an electronic billboard for their products. Nag-service ng mga tinatawag natin consumer exchange for goods and information. Nagkaroon din tayo ng tinatawag nating mga email or electronic mail which permitted near instant exchange of information. So, na-adapted to through primary platform, workplace, and including personal communications. Next, we proceed with the digitization of information. Here has been profound impact on the traditional media. Ginamit to sa mga books, publishing, sa mga businesses, sa music industries, and including the major television and including cable networks. Nag-i-increase ang demand for this digital platform. Multimedia is the birthstone of this. Yung mga business across many industries na sharpen their focus on how they capitalize with the information age. Now, for the digital age, it talks about the era of the information technology. So dito, yung tinatawag nating digital age is the present time. So in which many things are done by computer in mga larger amounts, kaya nga tinawag dito 20th century, di ba? So yung rapid transition from industrialized economy, so lumaki, nagkaroon ng industrial revolution na tinatawag. So this is a knowledge-based economy. Sabi nga nila, naging available ang mga computer, so there are new business models na na-implement, na na-emerge into digital age. Merong mga tinatawag na digital age from the movie industry na kailangan din ma-catch up. So in short, this is the idea that access to and control the information. So in defining this, there is very things about example for the digital age like yung mga GPS location, video technologies, o yung mga virtual reality, augmented reality, 4G networks, mga 5G networks, cloud computing, blockchain, and Bitcoin, yung mga yan, cryptocurrency, deepfake and mga AI, artificial intelligence, mga smart homes, Internet of Things, cybersecurity, and including the biometrics. So the digital age timeline from the 1940s was the beginning of the discipline for the information science, for the information age. But during the 1970s, Altair Microcomputer Kit is the first home computer was released. So there is a video game console. It is the first coin-operated video games, and the heyday of the arcade video games all came into existence. During 1980s, computers entered semi-ubiquity. So it's almost everywhere, available everywhere, as people brought them into homes, business, and including the industries. Now, the birth of the threefold W on the late 1980s by Tim Berners-Lee. So he invented the World Wide Web, so which became publicly accessible until right now, no, as long that you are the interconnected network. So the internet quickly spread, entered the popular culture, and many companies mentioned their websites as their advertisement. So despite their invention, yung mga phones were not widely used that time. It's more on communication process. Moreover, yung tinatawag nating the use of computer system during the 1980s is very widely used, not the mobile phones, because mobile phones during that time cannot access or having the granted for the internet connection. Only the computers will do. Then during the 2000s, cell phones outpaced phone of the 90s in the terms of advancement of technological factor from the first generation up to this generation. Text messaging exploding in popularity. Yung development ng world become heavily involved in the digitalized revolution. Nagkaroon tayo ng mga cellphone na may mga multimedia and including 5G networks. So that's why it's very aggressive pagdating sa technological advancement during this digital age. From 2010 to present, both smartphone use a console ownership. So it increased in popularity yung number of individuals na nagagamit ng internet connection naging expanded dramatically. So they reached 63.5 because of the availability of the internet through mobile phones. So we're talking about portability here. Nagagamit yung mga cellphone into portable things and nayadala, compatible yung mga tao. So in terms of reaching the internet, naging maximize ang gamit niya because of the cellphone generation ang been embedded with the internet connection. And they also use this type of cloud computing na naging widespread, cloud storage and so on and so forth. Now let's talk about the features of this digital age. For the pictures of the digital age, we have on the central features which including referred to the new technology. Ito lang. So let's summarize this one. No? So invention in the 500 years, computer, satellites, and internet are the three main components of modern technology for us, which is true. No? So this is we need to understand. Number one is the new technological networks na meron. Mga bago, mga pagbabago in terms of networks and connection. Yung mobility due to the new technology like yung mga wireless connection. Ibig sabihin, hindi na kailangan ng wired connection para makakonect ka on a certain network kasi wirelessly. Yung mga knowledge sa research due to the new technology. Yung mga digitization, mga naging development ng automation due to the new technology. Napabago yung mga manual process, naging digital process na. Yung pag-consume ng mga new technology, like yung mga bagong iPhone, wearable devices, and so on and so forth. Yung mga misinformation and disinformation due to the new technology has been involved also, and including yung tinatawag nating new technology for the globalization. So dramatically, it changes. So yung internet and the other network enable communication interaction between numerous machines and including people all out the world. So the result would be a dramatic evolution. Then yung mobility due to the technology is very important na nakakapag-carries out ng mga activity. Tama? So it's very important also dahil yung mga employment, pati yung mga tinatawag nating sa timeline nito, yung mga tinatawag nating in terms of age, no? Yung material culture, mga non-material culture na nagre-refer sa mga society, ideas, attitude, including yung tinatawag nating values. So meron din tayong tinatawag na yung parang ano yung mga women in traditionally patriarchal societies na nakakapag-access ng mga academic and cultural knowledge. So in terms of societies throughout the internet. So possible lahat yan. Kagaya niya, no, available in air travel, yung sa entire world for you to do travel, yung mga Google Map, cultural login in these different types of cultural device, yung mobility na tinatawag nating yung digital tools, no, na nakakapag-carry out. Yung isa naman yung knowledge sa research due to the network technology, pati yung consumerization na tinatawag natin. So it's very important din na sinasabi natin as the years pass, no, yung mga consumer level na yan nag-i-improve from point business. Tapos yung misinformation naman, yung mga global exchange of information and opinion. So may mga fake news, mga false leading and disinformation. New technology and globalization, nagiging level up na ito, no? So sa globalization, yung tinatawag nating yung result, no, processed by the culture which is in the other ends na i-embrace natin yung tinatawag nating capitalism and western fashion and including the music. So new technology and globalization connects the world in terms also with the politics and warfare. Security concerns due to the new technology. Actually, maraming concerns tayong pinag-uusapan dyan eh. Unang-una yung tinatawag natin mga security breaches. Cyber security is involved with this type of security details. So, now, privacy in digital age is one thing that we need to concern about that. No? Unang-una, pag sinabi natin yung privacy ng mga fundamentals to human But how much privacy can we actually have, no? When so much of our personal information and activity is out there in the cyberspace. That is one thing about the digital age, yung privacy. Kaya nga as we discuss those digital technology can do a lot of good. So it can act as an effective tool. Totoo yun. For enhancing yung tinatawag natin mga human development natin. Yung significantly contribution in terms of promotion and defense of the human rights. However, itong mga technology na to and data sharing, merong greatly facilitated to progress so maintaining yung mga fundamentals right ng privacy, yung mga new formidable challenge sa mga digital age na meron ngayon. So data is everywhere, hindi natin ito makokontrol. Yung pag-growth nito exponentially napakalaki due to increase of internet usage na nagiging available sa lahat. Okay, now let's proceed with the new media age. Okay, so let's talk about here during the 20th centuries that has been continued to the 21st centuries. So various from the new media emerge. Bukod dun sa internet, we have the Internet of Things and social media platforms during the mid to late 90s, including blogs, internet videos, and other social networking tools. So yung new media age o yung tinatawag nating, eto na, yung present, this is a type of age which is cellular technologies ay nandyan na. So this is the idea to access and control the information for this type of devices. Kaya nga ang sabi nila, new media is from newspaper article, nagkaroon na ng blogs, musics, na delivered into digital form. So, from a website or email, napupunta na sa mobile phones at mga streaming application. Yung internet-related communication na under na sa umbrella niya. Okay, so new media age especially changed the way people look at such issues as privacy, social interaction, and access to those types of information. So let's talk about here the for better or worse. So the new media age has changed the people on how they communicate because it minimized the face-to-face communication. For example, this online class. This should not be interactive as that, no? So meaning, when we're talking about here, there are boundaries of the technology na meron pa rin tayong pinag-uusapan na pwedeng maka-apekto. So what started out as simply is through emailing. So maya, puro chat, puro emails, if you have some concerns. And there are other multiple forms of electronic communication. Yung mga messaging, texting, tweeting, and including blogging. So ito yung pinakapatok for this new media age. So some role of this is to present the information including the news, entertainment, yung mga yan. So nagkakaroon tayo ng rise in terms of shorter abbreviation also known as mga text lingo. So nakri-criticize yan, this new language which is negatively affect the people for spelling and grammar abilities. Pag mga nagchat-chat, hindi tama yung mga spelling because of this text lingo. Particularly those who haven't yet been educated in correct spelling and including this grammar. So that's why itong new media is a globalized or globalization matters. It tries of new media that has been increased for communication all over the world and including this internet na tinatawag natin. Na-allowed yung people kasi na-express natin yung mga gusto natin, express people for themselves, yung mga blogs nila, mga website, videos, pictures, and other user-generated media such as the artificial intelligence. So new media has also made information more easily and quickly accessible. You have the Google, you have the Wikipedia. So source of it, majority would be more available on the internet. So there are also independent news blogger, also known as the citizen journalist. They have carved niche in the new media age by reporting on stories in real time and often without the political biases typically attached to the left-wing and right-wing news o yung mga tinatawag natin conglomerates. So in short, dumami na itong mga bloggers natin, no? And dumami rin mga subscriber, kayo yun. For the evolution of the new media, we have from the Web 1.0 to Web 2.0. So from the social media, which is the socialization right now, During the Web 1.0, it's more on information. But when we go to the Web 2.0, the social media rise up. And then, yung corporate-generated content, naging user-generated content. Yung text picture, nagkaroon ng text picture including video. Videos na. Yung website, nagkaroon na ng social media. Like Facebook, Twitter, etc. Yung mga web portal na dati napakahirap gamitin, nagkaroon na ng search engine with the Web 2.0, like Google. Okay? And then, we have also the man-machine, which is a man-to-man. Dati, man-to-machine communication using the binary numbers and assembly language, including the machine language for it to communicate. But now, we have the graphical user interface, which can be understood by the users or the people where itself. So, madalian na. So, let's talk about the new media problems. Unang-una, yung tinatawag nating multi-identity. Then we have the cybercrime, collapsed traditional economics model, privacy issue, the hate speech, multi-identity dahil maraming nananakaw because of lack of privacy, dumadami ang nananakaw na identities. San-san lang tayo kumo-connect and then we are sending our information so the data privacy is already there. So in terms of data leaks, yun na talaga siya. Cybercrimes, naging talamak. Because one thing about the cybercrime is about what we call, marami kasi ito. Pag sinabing cybercrime kasi, hindi naman sinabing yung cyberbullying lang, no? Pwede rin kasi sabihin natin about the cyberpornography, yung mga yan, cyberlibel, ang dami na. So those type of crime is lumalaki na. Kaya nga nagkaroon tayo ng cybercrime law. Meaning, this cybercrime is a criminal activity that either targets yung mga user computer or computer networks and including network device. So, majority naman ng cybercrime related issues is committed by cybercriminals, so yung mga hackers na to make money, popularity. However, occasionally, cybercrime aims to damage computers. Yun kasi ang problem natin. So, network for reasons and other than profit, no? Yung pagnanakaw din. Next, we have privacy issue. Maraming nagkakaroon dito. Yung pag nahack, lalo na yung mga private matters ninyo, no? So that is a big thing. Hate speech naman is, this is what we call in new media, in social media, it's about things that we do, no? This is about the speech na tinatawag natin. Pwedeng online speech kasi ito na nalink sa global increase ng pwedeng violence, minorities, mga mass shootings, ethnic cleansing, yung mga yan, no? It's talking about online speech. So this is attack of a person of our group. Depende sa religion, ethnic, and including origin. Yung collapse for traditional economic model, common na nangyayari to because of changes in the models of development of technology. Virtual socialization. Kasi nga wala ng interaction. So majority ng communication mode is through online platform. So the problem is virtual socialization. Is there a lacking of what we call trust? At the same time naman is yung tinatawag nating interaction. Cyber entrepreneurship is more on digital networks, is more on yung tinatawag nating new business models and including global political organization and movement.